in the game. Just a single Zergling running all the way by sAviOr's defenses. And I think, you know, this is really, I remember this happening. There was a game with Type B. I can't remember who he was playing, but just a similar sort of situation happened on match point, where both players ended up with their main and their natural expansion, and then they just hung out. Nobody wanted to attack anything. They're just sitting there massing up Mutalisks rather than going in for an attack. And so apparently that's the thing to do on this map in a ZVZ, is just hang out. sAviOr definitely wants to play it really safe right now because you know, he's playing for the life of his team right now. Sparkyz up 2-0 in this matchup after a couple of great wins in some really exciting games, and YellOw, who has not been performing particularly well this season, has at least kept himself even, and oof, he's using single units just to sneak in at inopportune times for sAviOr, but sAviOr moving in and being able to kill out a group of 3 Overlords, so pretty big Overlord loss there for YellOw. He is going to be in a little bit of trouble because of this, because that is, you know, just a 300 mineral investment that he just lost, plus he is likely to be supply locked right now, because you know, generally you're going to be okay. You're planning on losing a couple of those Overlords, so you've got enough room in case you lose one. You can probably still build for a little bit, but losing 3 all at once is a pretty big deal. So that's going to also give sAviOr the opportunity to build more Scourge. You can see there, he has just got a screen full of Scourge flying around with his group of Mutalisks, and YellOw, if he wants to defend himself, is going to have to do a very good job of sniping off these Scourge. It's like they keep scrolling the screen and there's just more groups of Scourge hanging around. So wow, yeah, and it looks like sAviOr might even be setting them up for a trap. I don't think he's revealed them to YellOw quite yet, and there they are, the huge group of Scourge, and oh my god, YellOw had the same amount roughly coming in. It looks like a huge amount of Scourge hits landing on YellOw's Mutalisks, but apparently he defended well enough because sAviOr has fled. sAviOr has left the scene, so kind of a wash in that battle, I suppose, but just, that was absurd. That had to be like, I don't know, 40 or 50 Scourge altogether that flew in, and I gotta say that most of them landed. It looks like sAviOr coming in for another attack, landing another group of Scourge, but YellOw is weathering the storm, and now he has his Mutalisks surrounding sAviOr right now, and sAviOr is just down to 2 Mutalisks, so he is in a lot of trouble. YellOw deciding to stop to pick off a couple of these Overlords, which I don't know if that's the best idea. I mean, I guess getting kills is always good, but if he could have wiped out that entire Mutalisk force all at once, then that would have been a huge victory for him, and he probably would have been able to march all the way into the natural expansion. But for now, he is picking off those Overlords whenever he finds them, and just still being able, I guess he still has the numbers on sAviOr, and he's being able to just chase down sAviOr, landing a couple more Scourge, and finally doing a good job of microing against those Scourge. In those initial conflicts, it's just, you know, you accept that a lot of Scourge are going to get hit, but YellOw now with some great Mutalisk micro, able to pick off those Scourge, able to pick out the last of the Mutalisks, and that is GG. YellOw wins it for Sparkyz, 3-0 against Entus, which is a complete reversal of their round 1 meeting in week 2, so YellOw being able to seal the deal. Big wins by Lita and Hogel of all people taking out Movie, so really great. This is classic Sparkyz, what we want. We want to have our best player against their best player. We want to have a sniper against one of their better players like Movie, and we want to have somebody like YellOw step it up in a very high-profile game here against sAviOr, and just showing off his micro, especially at the end of that game. And great defense in the beginning when he was weathering the storm against those Zerglings. So anyways, Sparkyz over CJ 3-0, and it looks like we're getting a little bit of a run late in this round 2 of the Proleague season. Next up is going to be a match against SKT1. I'll talk about the history of that later. but in round 1 that was a pretty exciting match that we saw from Sparkyz then, so I'm hoping that this next one will be good. So we will see you there, and yeah, thanks for watching.
김정우 선수하고 진영화 선수가 앞서서 나왔음에도 불구하고 0대3 패배.